What's going on? In this video, we're going to discuss how to invest in real estate for beginners. I know when you're first starting off in real estate, there are a lot of questions that you want to get answered and you do not have a solution for them. In your mind, you're trying to think through all these steps that come up. And yeah, my first transaction, it was really difficult to think about and really difficult to understand all the things that went into it. But after a while, I figured it out. So in this video, we're going to discuss title, we're going to discuss credit, we're going to discuss what's required when you're closing a transaction, and also how to invest for profit, how to invest for cash flows, equity, all this good stuff. So I'll see you soon. If this is your first time here, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button to get more content just like this. We bring in new videos every single week. So in this video, like I said before, we'll be discussing how to invest in real estate for beginners. Now, I want to clarify the differences between FHA and an investment property. FHA is whereby you can put down 3.5% and your credit score can be anywhere from 500 and up. The underwriting process with FHA is a lot easier, or it's longer than an investment deal. So an investment property, and what this entails is you're looking for a profitable real estate property. This can be a 1-family, 2-family, 3-family, or whatever the case may be. You're looking for some element of profit. You're not doing this for your health, as my father would say. So in order to identify how to look for profit, there are two main components you're going to look at. How much equity you're going to get from the day you buy it. From the first day you buy it, there should be built-in equity into that house. Number two, what positive cash flows are there? Okay, if there are no positive cash flows, then it may not be good for you to buy that house, especially as a beginner. So you need both. You need positive cash flows and you need equity from the day you buy the house. When you're looking at an area to look into, you have to look at your budget, right? You have to look at how much money you have for your deposit. Don't think that all these gurus say you can put down no money and you can buy a house. It's impossible. You cannot do it. You need to have 15 to 20% for the deposit, plus closing cost fees, and plus a reserve of cash to pay the monthly mortgage every single month. Okay, so you need to have that deposit from a friend, a credit card, from your own source. You gotta have it. All right, and once you have that deposit, right, the second most critical step is to ensure that your credit score is decent. A decent credit score is anywhere within like the 700 range. Now, if it's in the 600 range, that's still fine. You can still get approved for it. The only thing that'll be the difference is your interest rate terms may be a little higher if your credit score is lower, okay? But you qualify if your credit score is in the 600 range. Now, the next critical step is to look at the area you want to invest into, okay? If you're looking in an area where homes are trading for 500,000, 600,000, that's not the area you want to look into. You want to look in areas where your pocket can afford. But obviously on your first deal, you want to look for the least expensive house in your community. Most banks have a limit as to the least amount of money they'll lend for each house. Some hard money lenders have a minimum of $75,000 or $100,000. As long as the loan amount is above $75,000, you can do a deal in that area. But if it's below, let's say $50,000, $40,000, $30,000, the banks won't fund that house. Even though it's a good deal, it's got good cash flow, all that good stuff, they just won't do it. It's not worth their time. So you have to look at your areas to make sure it's above that $75,000 threshold. Number two, you got to make sure that you are looking in the price range that you can afford. All right, if that's $100,000, your typical price range is $100,000, $110,000, $115,000. That's where you need to be looking at. You may find a house for $90,000, $80,000, whatever it is, but the average is $100,000. Now, once you know the area, what you got to do is you got to go on Redfin, right? It's a good website to use to find properties at. You go on there and you set your filters for that particular area or the price point you want to be at, and it's free. And what they do is they send you notifications on when you get these homes that come on the market. As soon as they come on the market, your objective, see how much work it needs through the photos and see if it's worth taking a look at. Now, if the house needs a lot of work, a gut rehab is what they call it, don't go for those homes as a beginner. Okay, you want to go for homes that don't need a lot of work, that needs, let's say, a paint job, a new kitchen, a new bathroom, something really light where you don't have to get permits to do it. You don't have to change electrical. You're not changing plumbing. You're not putting up new walls. Not any. You want to avoid any of those things. It will make your life a lot easier down the road. And not only that, if you have your 9-to-5 job, it will be very difficult for you to manage both of those things, because the amount of work is extensive rehabbing a whole house.